Okay, so this is Rocket and Ryan. Ryan is on the near side and Rocket on the off side. You notice we've got some string, or thin rope if you like, sitting up like a, well, I suppose you call it like a bearing rein. The reason we've put that on is they've only got soft rubber in. I can take them off a bit easy by just, you know, you see the rein go slack, you can see it bouncing there, the string, one without any trouble. But what these horses are bad for is rubbing their heads on the pole, yeah? So that's why we've restricted that. Not a thing I like to do, but they've only got soft rubber bits in that's holding them, and they've settled down to it really well. Now sure, we could, you know, tighten them up more and make their necks crest right over and that type of thing, but that's not what we're looking for. We just want to stop them rubbing their heads, because today we're going to be teaching them to stand still. They come to us to be broken, and they've been somewhere else. Now you know, I don't condemn anybody else what they done, and if I weren't there, and I don't know, and no one can, you know, can tell you. But I don't want to say too much because I, you know. But it was suggested that Ryan here on the near side would never make it, you know, as a driving horse. Well, what I've found with him is he's actually very, very gentle, nice horse. They both are. But I don't know what's gone on, so I can only speak from my point of view. But if I'd have had horses rubbing their heads, I would have been chastising them, you know, soon when they was in harness. I'd be saying to them, "Now that'll do, you know, you can't do that," and correcting it. Because obviously you run the risk of them pulling a bridle off. They were extremely bad in traffic. I mean, seriously bad, dangerous. We've got some little clips of films that we can show you on this film, possibly, just how bad they were. They certainly weren't to be trusted. And they're coming now much better than what they've been. They've been down into Andover, into the heavy traffic, which you'll see some of that. They've been down to Stockbridge. Their standing around is not good. So, and as soon as you stand them, then they start rubbing their bridles. Not because they're uncomfortable. Well, obviously they, you know, don't want their bridles on, do they? But not because they've got any marks or sores or anything like that. But the mere fact that they don't want them on. So that's why we put these little restraining orders on them. So if I say to them here now, this is why I want to stop here, because, whoa, stand. So these have been on now. Can you see, look, they want to put their head straight down. But all it does is just say, no, you can't do that, basically. You mustn't do that because that's, you know, no good. It's dangerous, obviously, if they pull the bridles off. But the reason I've stopped here is because there'll be traffic come round there. It's very, very quiet day today. But there'll be traffic coming round there, and a little surprise for them, you know. But there, whoa, baby, stand still now. Stand still. So although I've let my reins go, obviously they're being held by that string. So here's what I mean now. This is lovely. So the reason I've parked here, this van will come up and he'll come past. He'll go over there a bit. That's it. That's what I want. Over on that little bit of gravel, a little dip in the road there. Make a little noise as it goes. You won't hear much on the phone. You don't on GoPros or on a phone. You won't hear very much. Can you see Rocket wanting to go down? Now they're not sweating up, you know, they're not, you know, because if they sweat they get itchy. But you can see here, look, can you see? Well, obviously, if they were down, you run the risk of pulling a bridle off. These horses are not trustworthy as yet. They will be, but whatever happened to them before, I don't know, I can't say, and I never would, because you can't talk about what someone else done unless you was there and see what was actually happening. So they went there as yearlings, as far as I understand, and stayed there for 2 years. So yeah, there's another nice one here. See, come up behind, his quarters are out there, and he's coping nice with that coming, because obviously you can't see it, you can hear it, can't he? And he's squashed it. And also, if you just put the over there, you see he's got his leg at rest. Also, you'll see one of Ree's bit of technology there. We had lots and lots of trouble with shoeing them, getting their shoes on correctly. Their feet were, I wouldn't say misshapen, but they weren't as good as they could be, let's just say that. So they've taken about 4 lots of shoes now, maybe more. But what it's been is taking them off and adjusting the iron shoes all the time, adjusting them so they didn't brush, because they were brushing and it was getting to the point of ridiculous. They were going through brushing boots within 2 or 3 days, you know, breaking through. So we've got them built up now, their muscles built up, they're stronger, their legs are, you know, their feet are wider apart. And Ree's come up with this idea of some black tape we were given by a friend. It's brilliant stuff. The farriers use it for securing pads onto the sole of the foot, and what she's done is just run it round the top just to protect the coronet, because that's the only place they're touching now, and they don't always do it. It's only, it would happen in maybe a tight turn, they'd miss their feet, something like that, or you know, for whatever reason, maybe just slip on the road a little bit, tread on something that moves their foot together, that type of thing. So, but it's working really well, and obviously it's a lot cheaper. We've gone through, without exaggeration, I think 4 pairs of good quality, not rubbish, good quality brushing boots. They just ripped them to pieces. So with some bits of ingenuity, you know, what we've done, we've packed out the inside with sponges, etc., so that they get used to going with their legs wider apart behind, or they build the muscles to accommodate their legs to travel out just a little bit. I mean, all you want for clearance is 1 inch or 2. You know, you don't need 6 inches or anything like that, because, but they you know, they're coming on really well. But we'll, you know, we'll show you some other films. We'll probably do a series of films on them because they've been so interesting to do. So they're obviously Suffolk Punch bred. They're a little bit tall for the breed, so they tell me. I personally myself, a good horse is a good horse, you know, regardless of like Dale's ponies have only got to be a certain size, and Welsh cob, whatever. You know, if it's a good horse and it's 16 hands and it's a Welsh cob, it's a good horse. You know, if it's doing its job and like that, it's just a shame that they got these size limits on them. But anyway, that's the way that is. So I'll just ask them now. Walk, boys, walk. Come on, walk. Ah, that's it. That's their other thing they do. They work well together as a pair, but moving off, you can't blame, you know, either one of them, because either one of them could be the last one to move, you know. But they're coming, you know. It's a work in progress. But they've been here a little while because they've been done for riding. I believe they're going to be coming back to do tandem work. But they've learned as much as they can learn, which is the other thing I want to talk about.